جل علا من لا إله سواه يا عبد قم لله ولتستجب لنداه الله جل علا من لا إله سواه يا عبد قم لله ولتستجب لنداه.
Rwanda Muslims Association always invites the President of the Republic of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, to share food at the occasion of celebrating Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha. The Muslim dignitaries always share with the President every year, an act which shows that President Paul Kagame supports the Muslims. Dr. Nasil, the man in charge of foreign affairs and religion from Saudi Arabia, visited Rwanda. During his stay, he visited King Faisal Hospital, constructed under the support of King Faisal of Saudi Arabia. He was accompanied by the Mufti of Rwanda, Sheikh Habimana Swaleh, and the Prime Minister Bernard Makuza, who represented the government of Rwanda. Students and school officials at Al Hidayah Institute have convened, chanting and singing, eagerly waiting for the inauguration ceremony of Al Hidayah Institute, an Islamic school constructed under the support of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sudan, Omar al-Bashir. At the occasion, President Omar al-Bashir was represented by his advisor, Dr. Mustafa. At this function, the government of Rwanda was represented by the State Minister in charge of primary and secondary education, Theoneste Mtsindashaka, while Rwanda Muslim Association was represented by the Mufti of Rwanda, Sheikh Habimana Swaleh. Shortly after taking a look around the school facilities, President Bashir's advisor signed in the book of visitors. Among other officials present at the occasion was Sudanese Army Chief of Staff, who had come to attend a conference bringing together delegates from the East African Army Brigade. In his remarks, the Mufti of Rwanda expressed thanks to President Omar al-Bashir in the presence of his advisors. Addressing hundreds of people at the opening ceremony, the Minister of State in charge of primary and secondary education, Theoneste Mtsindashaka, said that he was most impressed by the fact that the school brings together students from neighboring countries, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. He urged students and teachers to put more efforts in learning English as a business language. He also called on the authorities to serve for a purpose that attracts students from neighboring countries. After his address, those who had the noble cause of establishing the school were awarded certificates. The Sudanese delegates arrived at the mosque for the prayers. The Sudanese Army Chief of Staff says that the problems are created by colonizers, as God reminds us that He created human beings in different images so that they can know each other but not despise each other. The colonizers are the ones who created divisionism between Hutus and the Tutsis. They are the ones who created problems for Darfur. I thank you and I pray to God so that this country has security abundantly. The security which is the base of everything. In Islam, this is the security we want, and we want it for all of Africa. I want to let you know that the Ministry of Defense and the Army Administration will keep loving Rwanda. And in this regard, the ministry will donate $5,000 to the Muslim community of Rwanda. This money will be channeled through our embassy in Uganda. In fact, I would like to say much, but because of happiness, on behalf of the government of Rwanda and the Rwandan army, I can say that we are happy of the cooperation of Sudan to Rwanda and the way they have handled our soldiers there. As long as we are fighting for peace, I believe that if they can allow us as Muslims, we can go there and help people in trouble, as Islam also advocates for that. But we cannot establish peace elsewhere before we ensure that there is peace in our country. But again, we cannot hesitate to fight for peace in other countries in case of need. The Muslim students at St. Andre Secondary School, a Catholic school, shared iftar with the Mufti of Rwanda, Sheikh Habimana Swaleh, and their headmaster, the priest. The master of ceremony welcomes the guests. Our guests have arrived. I would like to request the headmaster to welcome the guests. I would like to welcome the guests. I think we never knew each other before the Sheikh Swaleh. I take this opportunity to express my gratitude. Maybe he knew me by the name or the headmaster of the secondary school. I also know him by seeing him on television. I think it's the first time we've met. You are welcome in this school. I've just been telling the Mufti that as there is a big number of Muslim students in this school, he should not feel like an outsider, but rather like a parent. So I welcome you because it's the first time, but normally you should come freely. I also welcome the guests who accompanied you, but I think we shall have time to know each other. This is a Catholic school, and you know that Catholics are generous, so feel at home. I've been wondering if these girls are the ones I know. I can see that they are the ones. Sometimes I meet people dressed up like this in Mirjogo, and I ask myself if there could be our students among them. In fact, you are very smart. This is the time for happiness. This is the time to share. Sharing while we are still in this world reminds us that there is another place where we will share better things than the ones of the world nature. I'm standing here in your presence as student representative. I would like to thank one of the people who have spent long time here. He has spent 7 years, but since he reached here, we have a place where we pray from. In fact, I thank you very much. However, I won't hesitate to say that we've experienced some problems, but they have been resolved, and they were resolved easily. I also express thanks to the headmaster, the priest, who invited the Mufti to share iftar with us without any contribution from us, though the food was offered by Rwanda Muslim Association. I now request the guest of honor to deliver the speech. Mr. Headmaster, we thank you for educating the students and teaching them the good customs of love. I also thank my colleagues who are also involved in education. Let me request that man I work with in terms of good relationship between Muslims and Christians to stand up. The act which the Muslim Association has done today advocates for the good relationship between Muslim community and Christians, as it is written in the message sent to me by Pope Benedict XVI. The Pope requests that Muslims and Christians should cohabit peacefully across the world. I hope that the photos have been taken and they will be sent to the Pope to show him the good relationship between Muslims and Christians. As I conclude, I can say that this evening reflects that we are living our constitution.
We are living our constitution. We are living our constitution.
This Saturday, 12th December 2009, Rwanda Muslim pilgrimage arrived at Kigali International Airport from Mecca. This is the third time Rwandans have attended the pilgrimage in Mecca by the authority of the Rwandan government, contrary to previous years when Rwandan Muslims used to attend the pilgrimage by passing through Uganda and other countries.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك بيت الله الحرام يسمو به المقام